All right, second thing for review today, we're going to go over equations of lines on graphs and equations from tables. So I got 4 different examples here. Here's how you do it. First thing first, look at the line, ask yourself, is it going in a negative direction or is it going in a positive direction? Because then you know if it's a negative slope or a positive slope. So always identify, before you do anything, identify the m, the slope, and it rises from point to point. It rises 2 and it runs 2 to the left. It's a negative 2 over 2, which reduces to an m of negative 1. Always reduce your slopes to lowest terms. Always, always, always. Your b happens to be 0. That's your y-intercept. So your equation of this line is y equals negative x. You never write plus 0 or minus 0 ever. Over here, same thing. First, identify the m. Find that slope. Is it positive? Yes, it is. It positive up to right 1, so that's a rise of 2, a run of 1, or simplified as 2. We never write 2 over 1 ever. And our y-intercept happens to be also 2. So our equation of this line is y equals 2x plus 2. There's that one. Over here, this one also goes in a positive direction, so we know that it has an m of positivity. And to get from point to point, it rises up 1 and it goes right 1, 2, 3. So it has a slope of 1/3 and its y-intercept is down here at negative 2. So I've identified the slope and the y-intercept, and my equation is y equals 1/3 x minus 2. Last but not least, we got this guy right here. This is a vertical line, and it does not touch or cross the y-axis. So this slope is considered undefined. Okay, this is undefined because it's completely vertical. Okay, and it has no y-intercept, so this is just an equation of x equals negative 2. And that is all you got to do for something like that. Now, down here, I got a table, 2 tables. And again, we got to find the equations from these tables, and we got to go like this. So first things first, let's just see what the pattern is. It's constantly adding by 2, okay? And down here, it's constantly going down by 6. All right? Remember, the slope is just the change in y over the change in x, as we did previously to this. So now it's identified to us, well, the change in y is constantly going down by 6, and the change in x is constantly going up by 2. So this has a slope of negative 3 when you simplify it. And the nice thing is, we already know what the y-intercept, because whatever x, remember, x over here is 0, this x right here is 0, this x right here is 0, and this one is not a y equals format. Well, when x is 0, the corresponding y value is the y-intercept, so this equation is pretty nice. Negative 3x minus, negative 3x minus, rare that I made that little blip, minus 6 is the y-intercept. So there you go. Negative 3x minus 6 explains this pattern, and then double check your work. Just replace x with 6. Negative 3 times 6 is negative 3 times x is negative 3. I cannot believe I'm seeing this. I made a mistake. All right, look at what I did. I was not even thinking. See, it's early in the morning. I'm I'm still waking up. I'm not going down by 6, silly. I'm going up by 6. Jesus. I'm going up by 6. You see, I did something wrong and I checked myself. That was on purpose, not an accident. So this is a positive 6 over 2, which is a positive 3x, because I checked my work and I'm like, wait a second. Now 6 times negative 3 is negative 18. Minus 6 would be negative 24. How did I get 12? Oh yeah, duh, I made a mistake here. That's why you check your work. Because now we know the slope is positive 3. And when I replace x with this, I get 18. 18 minus 6 is 12. And see, that's why you check your work. Good teaching, Mr. Weber. Over here, same thing. We are checking our work. I go up by 4. I go up by 4. And down here, I go down by 2. Down by 2. And again, change in y over change in x. So negative 2 over 4 equals negative 1/2. It's always, always, always simplified, no matter what. And I'm not told my y-intercept. And remember, this is where the x is 4, the y is 0. This is the x-intercept, not the y-intercept. So I can do this one of two ways. I can do the long math drawn out version like I did before, when I find the b and I can plug the points and solve. Or if I go, this is going up by 4, and when I'm going up by 4, I'm going down by 2, down by 2. What if I go down by 4? I bet I go up by 2. So down by 4 gets me back to 0 for the x, and up by 2 gets me to 2. So sometimes this is mental math, guys. Y equals negative half x plus 2. Now let's just check our work. If I did negative half times 12, I get negative 6. Negative 6 plus 2 is negative 4. Okay, we did it right. That's how you do that. Back in 1 second. Okay. Next, I'm going to go over equations from points, okay? And again, you've got to find that slope, you got to find that y-intercept, and then you write it as y equals mx plus b. And a lot of us are still doing this, which is fine. x1, y1, x2, y2. Let's find the slope first. So just remember, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So 12 minus negative 3 over negative 4 minus 6. Minus negative changes to plus positive. 12 plus 3 is 15. 15 over 4, negative 4 minus 6 is a negative 10. This reduces to divide 5 out of top and bottom, and I get a negative 3 halves if I divide 5 out of top and bottom. There's my slope. So right now I got my slope as y equals negative 3 halves x plus b. Now I got to find my y-intercept, and I got to use either one of these 2 points. Doesn't make a difference which one it is. Let's do this one just because who cares? Y equals 12 equals negative 3 halves times negative 4 plus b. Remember, you always multiply this top of the fraction times the whole number, which is negative 3 times negative 4. So I'll just draw this out for you. Negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12 over 2 plus b. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 12 equals 6 plus b minus 6 from both sides, so 6 equals b. So the equation that satisfies these 2 points is y equals negative 3 halves x plus 6. Doing it just like such. Now I'll do one more example for you. Do this one on purpose, so here we go. Again, just x1, y1. This is an x, and this is an x2, y2. Now just go ahead and do it. Do the work. 20 minus negative 8 all over 5 minus negative 2. So I'm going to get plus, 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 plus. And I'm going to get 28 over 7, which equals 4. There's your slope. Now we got to find that y-intercept. Y equals 4x plus b. All right, let's do this one just to make it difficult and a little fun. Negative 8 equals 4 times negative 2 plus b. Negative 8 equals negative 8 plus b. We add 8 to both sides, and I get 0 equals b. So your equation for this one is simply y equals 4x. We do not write plus 0 ever. See you in a minute.